This is a WCCO and CBS News Minnesota Next Weather Alert.
Good afternoon, 3 o'clock. I'm meteorologist Mike Augustyniak as we continue our coverage live here on this Next Weather Alert. And the Next Weather Alert is for a multitude of threats. Here's where we stand right now. I'll get out of the way and show you what we've got lined up across the region, including a threat for some flooding in northwestern Minnesota. That would be street flooding and small creek and stream flooding because of some very, very heavy rain up there. We have a tornado watch that's in effect until 8 o'clock tonight for the area of southwestern Minnesota and west central Minnesota in this gold shaded box. But in this red outlined area, in and near that spot, that's where a watch is coming, likely in the next few minutes, for up to baseball size hail. As we go through the evening, strong damaging winds potentially in excess of 70 miles an hour and the potential for some more tornadoes. But let's talk about what's active right now, and what we have as of this moment are 2 active severe thunderstorm warnings on what's been the most active part of this line so far. Initially, these were 2 individual thunderstorm cells that have now sort of come together in this line with a threat for damaging hail and straight line winds and potentially a wall cloud or a funnel cloud in the vicinity of Windham here right now and in the next few minutes. And this cell here that's moving through Worthington will head up toward the same area as we go through the next 15 minutes or so. Earlier, just a few minutes ago, this cell here had a tornado warning on it. There is a storm spotter that's communicating with the National Weather Service and with us that says that the wall cloud, that's a rotating low appendage hanging down from the cloud base that indicates the potential of tornado formation, that has fallen apart in the past few minutes, and that's why the tornado warning has been allowed to expire. But again, even though this is the active area across the region right now, it is not the only area that is active. And what I want to do actually is we'll do some live on-the-fly analysis, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and we'll show you what else is going on around the region as we track what is just the first part of our severe weather outbreak coming up over the next few hours. There's actually another storm system up near Wilmer that is strong right now, but does not currently have a severe thunderstorm warning on it. So we'll zoom into that and actually put a storm track on it. These storms are moving to the northeast at about 50 miles an hour or so. Again, no severe weather being reported with this storm at this point, but we're watching pretty much everything that pops up very, very closely today because they all have the potential to create some severe weather. And we'll put a track on this as it moves off to the northeast, pretty close to 50 miles an hour. And you can see that over the next few minutes here, I'll get rid of this box so you can see this list of towns. Acton coming up in about 10 minutes, Beckville in about 12 minutes, Litchfield in about 18 minutes, the threat for some small hail and possibly some strong wind gusts moving in. This is the only other strong storm on radar at this moment, although as I say that, you can see a new severe thunderstorm warning has just popped up. So I want to follow that and see where we're looking. Yes, okay. So what the National Weather Service then has done in this area that I was just talking about is sort of expand and extend the severe thunderstorm warning, since this has gone from 2 individual storm cells now down into just a line, and put a severe thunderstorm warning for the threat that is now all across that line. So I want to actually bring back my storm tracker, and we're going to put a track on this as soon as we move the map back to where it was. And by the way, I do want to mention as I do this that we have actually some quite a bit of school closings, school delays. A lot of communities are dismissing and canceling after-school activities early this afternoon, and even though typically those would be scrolling across the bottom of the screen, because we have severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado watches to tell you about, those are being covered up. So if you go to our website, WCCO.com, you will see right on the front page a link to the school cancellations, closings that have been issued so far, and the ones that'll be coming as we go through the rest of the afternoon. So here's that storm track that I was mentioning I wanted to put on this system that just got a new warning on it. And again, it's moving off to the northeast at about 50 miles an hour or so. And since I screwed that up, what I'm going to do is come back and do it again. The storm will be moving toward these communities that are in that warning here pretty shortly. And we'll go back to that area and put that storm track back on it again. Thanks for joining us here on CBS News Minnesota, by the way. We have the entire team here. And in fact, actually, you know what I'm going to do, since we have meteorologist Lisa Meadows on her way to southern Minnesota in the next weather tracker, what I'll do is I'll toss to her. She'll give us an update as to what's going on and what she's seeing in the environment where these storms are moving. And then we'll get back to this storm track in a minute. Lisa?
Yes, thank you, Mike. So here's what's going on. We are on I-35. I'll go ahead and give you a look out the front of the next weather tracker that we have here. We're by Clarks Grove. We're about 15 minutes away from making it to Albert Lea, where I-35 intersects I-90. We have the cloud cover here, got a little bit of water on the roadways, but overall not too much really going on. Our winds are out of the south 16, gusting to 21, and our dew point is at 66. And that's something that I mentioned earlier because dew points are climbing. One of those severe weather ingredients, we need to have the moisture, and we're noticing that increase in the moisture value. So our plan here is we took 35 all the way to the south. Those storms, as Mike has been showing you on radar, off to the west, moving from west to east. And our plan is to set up to the south because the line itself may be moving from west to east, but as he said, those individual storm cells could also be moving in a northeasterly direction, and it's possible we even could get some storm cells, even some supercells, which would be the bigger storms that often would produce the very large hail or even the long track tornadoes. The possibility of those, we would be set up to the south of those, and if they move to the northeast, then we would be in a safe position to the south of those and be able to at least watch them as they continue to move. So that's kind of our plan, is to set up to the south. Like I said, we're about 15 minutes away from Albert Lea. We're going to go there, we're going to set up, and we're going to face back north basically and wait to see if any of those storms do initiate out ahead of that line. If not, then that line will be coming through, and again, we'll be in a safe place for that line to continue to move through. But basically, we're headed south where the conditions are basically ready for any of those tornadoes that could pop up. Now, if the tornadoes form along the line, that's the thing. Anytime we get a line of thunderstorms like that, you get strong thunderstorm wind gusts, which could be just as strong as tornadic wind gusts anyways, right? But also you could have embedded tornadoes within that line. So it's kind of two different scenarios that are possible with the weather setup. And that's why this is a 4 out of a 5 severe weather threat. If we get the supercells, those would be large tornadoes that we would have to watch for, or if we get that line of storms. But of course, that's why I'm out in the field watching this aspect, and we have Mike and Chris both in the studio covering it there as well.
All right. Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate that you're out there. Can't wait to see what you encounter as we go through the afternoon, and of course doing it safely. Here's that storm track I wanted to show you earlier. Some of the strongest weather with the potential for damage coming into Round Lake right now. We also have Delafield under the gun just in the next couple of minutes for some very strong wind gusts and some hail. Lakefield coming up at 3:24, Lake Hanska at 3:34. St. James, provided this system holds together, at 3:41. So that whole storm system coming through part of a system that actually had some hail reports up to hen egg size. So that's 2-inch diameter hail just about an hour or so ago, and some more hail just reported covering the ground just to the west of Windham as we went through just about 10 or 15 minutes ago. A couple of isolated severe thunderstorm warnings through parts of central Wisconsin, which also has a severe weather threat. And we have that heavy rain across northern Minnesota as well. That area has a lower threat for severe weather, but not a zero threat for severe weather. So what I want to do is actually show you our severe weather outlook for today. And that outlook encompasses really the entire area. This darkest red area is a moderate risk for severe weather. That's 4 out of 5 on our scale, with the risk for severe weather dropping off as you head to the north. And that does indicate, or it should indicate to you, that our threat for tornadoes is highest in this Category 4 risk, but it's certainly not zero as you get into this Category 3 risk or Category 2 risk up toward Alexandria, Leech Lake, Silver Bay. It's lower here, but it's not zero. And again, also keep in mind that hail is a threat that comes with these storms today as well. Want to update you on the time and impacts for our commute coming up later on this evening. The commute time here in the Twin Cities, generally between about 4 and 6 p.m. is going to be the window where we have our biggest impacts possible, including a high impact from heavy rain and potentially severe weather coming right through the metro core at 5 o'clock, and a moderate impact coming up at 6 o'clock as we get just a new severe thunderstorm warning coming out. So I'm actually going to jump back to that. That's kind of what we do here on these days, and that's why we're so grateful to you to join us here on the stream. New severe thunderstorm warning for this. These are all overlapping. And that is a little messy to look at, but I'll tell you that it's this cell right here, just to the north of Wyndham, that is starting to show signs of rotation again. And that storm spotter I was mentioning actually has eyes on a wall cloud. Again, that is sometimes the precursor to a tornado dropping down. So what I want to do here is zoom in a little bit on this storm system. The storm cell, I should say, itself. And you can see that that Wyndham is definitely getting some of the heavy rain and seeing a lot of lightning and hearing a lot of thunder. But at least at this point, the threat for the tornado seems to be a little farther north. There is no tornado warning on this. This is still a severe thunderstorm warning at this point. However, these types of storms on days like this could drop a tornado very quickly. And what we're looking at here is what we call our storm relative winds. So this is tied back to the radar site, which is down here in the lower left corner of your screen. Anywhere that you see green or colder colors, that's air and raindrops that are moving toward the radar. And anywhere you see red or warmer colors is where we're seeing air moving away from the radar. And so in some cases here, what we're getting are some rotations, and where you have those red pixels and green pixels right next to each other, that's indicating that the storm is spinning, and a spinning storm is really required to drop a tornado. So no reports of tornadoes at this point, no tornado warning at this point, but nevertheless, this storm system is capable of producing a tornado, and that's why we have reissued or seen the National Weather Service reissue a severe thunderstorm warning on it, sort of reserving the right to update that or increase that to a tornado warning if that indication becomes clear on radar. Turning on our rotation detector, not really seeing anything there. What I want to do, though, is turn on our hail detector, because I see Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer in the Weather Center actually taking a look at some of the hail conditions here. And I'm going to get rid of these boxes because they're in the way, but there is some pretty big hail that's coming with this storm system as well. And the hail is definitely a considerable threat today as well. The potential for up to baseball size hail exists right through about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. Our hail detection algorithm, in addition to showing that potential for a tornado to form, is indicating at least golf ball size hail, if not tennis ball size hail. And again, these are all moving off to the northeast. This storm is at about 50 miles an hour. So Wyndham, you should be sheltering at this point. Likely that the worst part of the storm is going to pass you to the north, but we can't guarantee that. And again, today, even though this is only a severe thunderstorm warning, you should still treat it as what it is, which is a storm that can hurt you and cause damage. All right, I want to get back to the forecast and show you what's going on for the rest of us through the afternoon. This is a computer model, and it's doing a really good job right now of showing us reality. So we trust it to give us an accurate forecast going out into the future. So what I'll do is I'll roll this forecast through 4 o'clock, and you can see that strongest line of storms stays pretty short and stubby, but it's headed right toward the Twin Cities metro at that point, looking like we'll see explosive thunderstorm and potentially tornadic development as we go between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., especially from the Twin Cities on south, right in that moderate risk, that Category 4 bullseye. And then as we go through about 9 o'clock, those storms look to still hold together and maintain their destructive potential through Eau Claire, Winona, Rochester, and Austin, with pretty quickly those strongest storms moving into Wisconsin and falling apart by the time we get to midnight tonight, but still some locally heavy rain that could, too, cause a little bit of street flooding. Northern Minnesota still getting rain at this point, still potentially locally heavy, and then also starting to see the potential that we could see enough cold air wrapping in northern Minnesota that a little bit of sleet could mix in. That could also increase the hail threat as well. It's a mess coming up again for about the next 6 to 8 hours, and then pretty quickly through the overnight tonight, that threat for severe weather goes away. We end up with a cloudy start to the day across the eastern areas of Minnesota and western Wisconsin, a sunny start to the day off to the west with a trend toward sunshine through the day. Warmer weather, low 60s, so that threat for sleet and snow is gone pretty quickly tomorrow, but nevertheless a cooler day coming up tomorrow than today. We are at 70 degrees right now in the Twin Cities on the rooftop with a dew point at 62. So we are continuing to juice up the atmosphere. The threat continues, and we're going to stay with you here off and on right through the day into the evening whenever we're needed here on CBS News Minnesota and also live on TV.